to YouTube. This is really important stuff. And I want to show it to you so you know about it. And I put an ARCHIA, archaic, archaic lens. Where's the lens? LENS. Oh, by the way, and so you're still seeing me. I'm down there, and there's archaic lens. You're seeing him. This dude just put up a video. We've been waiting for over a year. He's been to the Richat Structure 2 times. His name is Graham, and but like myself, I'm putting out a book. And why can't I click on it? Oh, there we go. This is the new video, right? So you got to check this out. He did a lot of drone shots. Now, I don't think it was him directly. I don't want to get him in trouble because when I tried taking a drone and I did take a drone to the Richat Structure. First of all, I don't like drones. They're dangerous. I live in a windy area, so I don't have a lot of opportunity to use it because every time I shoot up my drone, I have 2 drones now. I bought a $25 drone from Temu. And I thought I'll use that. I'll probably put it in a tree, but at least I'll get used to using it in this wind. I heard another story about a guy who lost a drone and they abandoned it and it was trying to get home. It was so sad. And they heard the faint, shallow beep. And anyways, taking a drone to Mauritania is technically against the rules, but if you're in Mauritania and have a drone, there's nothing illegal. So I'm pretty sure that he didn't do anything illegal. And what he found is not on the drone. Now, listen, I don't like stealing his work without letting you know. Let's let it run just a little bit. We just saw him standing up, and I love that kind of shot right there. Where was that? We just saw him standing up. That's a great shot. And he wants to let you know he has a book out. I think it's a great thesis. It's kind of like a scientific paper, but he's done a lot of traveling, and he has a book out. And before he shows us anything, okay, here he is. I like this shot right here. This is a great shot. There's Graham. And let's remember, I think his last name was Langdon. I'm not sure anymore, but he put out a book. And so I'm stealing his material, giving him full credit, but stealing it without permission. And there it is. I got his last name correct. Graham Langdon put out this book called The Mystery of the Naval Idols. And I think it's a great compilation and a great thesis. I'm getting a copy. And no. Those, what are you talking about? Yes, Harley. Who was singing? Let me look at the chats real quick. The stuff they discovered north coast of Australia underwater. No, I have not. To be specific, I guess I got to go back. You guys have been chatting a lot. Robert, thank you. If you want to go to the Richat Structure by yourself, I think about $2,500 would be a good amount of money to spend. If you're inside the country, I think you can get it all done for less than $400 or $500. And forget hotels when you're there. Think about camping on the sand. Backpack, sleeping bag, tent, mosquito net. Yeah, that I wanted to respond more on that. I did not hear about the stuff discovered north. I think I can do this. Can I do this? Yes. I did not heard about Australia. Music's a bit loud. Well, that's good to hear. I'll remember to turn it down a little bit. I think it's still going through the microphone, and that is not what I wanted. Who is singing? The name of that song, they're all copyright free, and I have a collection kind of hanging around, and we chose Exod and Maestro Chives. I like it because of the way it uses what I think is not a violin, but a cello in the beginning. It might be a violin. I think that was pretty cool. I'll put this stuff over here. Okay, next question. Yeah, crawling with artifacts. Now, Harley, that's why I want you to, and is it safe for tourists? I want you to know about this video. Okay, so please go down to help me out here. Go to Graham Langdon's. I should probably create a link. His YouTube is Archaic Lens. Tell him Stig sent you. And then go to his, it looks like an Amazon page. Graham Langdon, author, The Mystery of the Naval Idols. Go give him 5 stars. I'm going to go buy this book right now. If you don't believe me, watch. I'm going to go buy this book, okay? I don't know about getting a signed copy. Now, he has a lot of good stuff here, but this is the cray-cray info. You're not going to believe this. And here's the problem. We don't know exactly where he's getting this image from. He mentioned the shells. And when it comes to the shells, he mentioned a place that was kind of in between Chinguetti and the mouth of the Richat. From what we talked about, I did talk to him about this, but it was hard to get a response because he was still in the Richat structure. But the shells he found were an area that was outside of the Richat. Now, I've done shell checks. I never saw any shells inside the Richat structure, but I saw a lot of shells in Nouakchott, which is very close to the ocean. Makes perfect sense. But also, now it seems like this ancient sea south of the Richat had shells. Now, take a look at what you see on your screen. Those are axe heads. The dude found, watch the video. I'm not going to show any more of his video, but those axe heads, and we don't know yet, he hasn't told me where he found those, where those are located. I don't think they're inside the Richat structure, but it's a valley of axe heads, okay? Well, I probably would have to buy a metal detector in the country, but the type of artifacts you're looking for. Okay, so let me be honest. Now, we're talking about what looks like, and he went over it quite detailed. I really want you to go to his video. The video, I'm going to put it right here in the chat. So it's in the hands of the chatters that are here now. You can go there right now and subscribe. Tell him Stig sent you. Please. I've got 7 viewers. Please give him, he's got a lot of subscribers. 17.8 thousand. So he has more subscribers than me. But let him know Stig sent you. I would really appreciate that. Thank you, Joe. You saw it. That's great. Yeah, he called them hand axe heads, and I believe it looking at them. In my opinion, you don't see rocks like that just sitting around in nature. We'll play a little more. I lied. There's actually some great shots. So we'll play a little more. But as long as you know, this is Archaic Lenses content. And I'm totally jealous that he was so successful with his drone. But this is not drone. This is his, whatever he used. You can see the shadow. He has a rack. And he makes a point that these things were there. Look at that. Look at that, man. Did you see that? I'm going to go back a little bit, and then we'll stop it when it gets to that one spot. Hard to stop it. But, yeah, whoa, look at that. So what you see is, if you look, you see a few pieces of rock that are not hand axe heads. And the reason why I think he uses that term is because you don't have to really, you don't connect them to a stick. So why would there be, and he mentioned it in the video, an industry creating hand axe heads here? Okay, so my opinion about that is we're talking about post-Atlantis. Something was going on here for thousands of years. A lot of the quarrying that I've shown you probably happened after Atlantis went down. And he's more serious about mainstream archaeology, so he's not going to make claims this was Atlantis. But and the question here is, when you think about what Atlantis was, if this was 20,000 years old, these stones, 20,000 years old, okay, what I should probably do is this. There we go. That's better. Because I don't want you thinking about what I watch besides, I don't know what other suggested videos, but look at those. It's pretty amazing. And it's quite a find. I really have to give him props for this find, honestly. Of course, it's evidence of a prehistoric city. And yeah, it's located at the Richat Structure. And I think this is amazing. Now, I didn't just do this. This is more of a, Well, the thing is that my opinion about that, Robert, the skill force that created them um, was amazing. As far as using them, it looks like they weren't used very much because some of them, honestly, the what Graham claims to have found here is pieces of the same hand axe, like it was just created. Well, look, Joe, it's illegal to collect stones from that area. Am I going to tell you right now? I didn't bring something home from the Richat. Do you want to buy some sand, small stones, large stones from the Richat? I can show you my collection, but it's illegal. So, but I paid money for some arrowheads. Cheers. I paid money to people in the Richat for some arrowheads. By the way, the one that I gave Jimmy, that one I got for free. It was only because I wasn't interested in trying to buy a bunch of stuff from salespeople out there in the middle of the desert. But I thought it was important that they have a good feeling from tourists. So what I did was, their bill is $100. I think it's about $3. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a few somewhere laying around the $100 denomination in Mauritania. I gave the ladies $100 each. I knew they had a boss. That's why I wasn't interested in, you know, I wanted the lady themselves to have the money. So I gave them this money, and I didn't really, nothing got bought, and so I just said, tip, tip. And well, Robert, I would have to open up some stuff, and nothing that I would want to put on YouTube, but uh, yeah, obviously Graham probably has a couple of those in his possession. I know I probably would, and we know it's wrong. We know it goes against the rules of being a researcher when it comes to stuff like this, like the Trek planner. He goes out, he finds pieces of pottery in North America, in New Mexico, Utah, probably Colorado, probably Arizona, and he leaves them sitting down on the ground. But in my heart, I believe he has picked up a couple of pretty ones and taken them home. I mean, this is like if you were to find gold. Technically, you're supposed to give it to your government, right? Are you going to give that gold to your government that you find when you're treasure hunting? I don't think so. I I don't know. I've never found gold before. And somebody mentioned getting a metal detector, Harley Quinn. Um, yeah, if you go and buy a metal detector, they're going to say, where do you plan on using it? And when you travel around, and if the military sees that when you do get pulled over at these checkpoints, they're probably not going to be too happy about it. But if you're with a group of people that have land, I know people who are actively looking for gold in Mauritania. So, yeah, this is an amazing shot by Graham. I kudos to him. I don't blame him for waiting before his book came out. I heard he deleted other videos on his channel, and I guess he's probably not too happy with the original results. I think I'm going to flood my channel with unedited videos of my trips. I have over a terabyte of videos from my 3 trips to the Richat Structure, and the last trip I went to Morocco and Gibraltar. So during that time, I also, hey, thanks for the thumbs up. That really helps the algorithm. If everybody could give me a thumbs up real quick, I'd really appreciate it. Me and my channel, it doesn't make any money. I wouldn't call it amazing. I think I've seen more amazing things in my life outside of this topic. Um, I think when you're there, standing there, I mean, I never saw this type of layout of freaking hand axe heads, and to me, that just seemed incredible. I mean, we know you can find salt. There was salt mining going on. No surprise there. Um, and yeah, when you go back and look at the, um, forgot the name now, the first one, 10 years, 20 years, wait, 2010, is it Visiting Atlantis? They were showing some round spheres that were more military looking and also a little bit better than this. In fact, if you're going to tell me that this was Atlantis, I'm sorry. I mean, no offense to what Graham found. It's quite spectacular. Honestly, I think it's very, very important. Do I want to believe that that represents what Atlantis was? I don't. No, I think Atlantis was a little more advanced than that. I don't believe they were using. But hey, let's be honest about things. Now, today, we have tribes, civilizations that are still using tools like this in the Amazon, all around the globe. There's islands. What was that one island near? Next to. Am I going to have to open up okay, I do believe. Sorry, I'm just kind of brain farting on the name of the country. I keep wanting to say Syria. It's not Syria. It's right next to India. It's the tip of India. What is this country called? This country. And it's got that land bridge. And by the way, don't forget, it's got that friggin' land bridge. You know? That's just not going to happen naturally. I mean, maybe they're trying to create some type of a blockade. But anyways, isn't there like a tribe down here in this country? And this would be what? Sri Lanka. Am I wrong? Is it off the coast of Sri Lanka? There's a tribe that will kill you if you try to visit it. Maybe it's someplace else around here. Maybe it's out in the ocean, one of these islands. I don't know. I don't know much about these islands, actually. And I do see this, and I'm sorry, when you look at stuff like this, it really does look created. I don't really believe in my heart that is something that just got naturally placed. Is that the land bridge? And then you got that land bridge that's over here. And that's pretty incredible. I don't think you're going to be walking across that land bridge, but before the water rose 400 meters, you certainly could have. So I don't know if that was created or what. I think I've seen, by the way, just like you, Robert, I am a Google Earther. Okay, I've seen some amazing things on Google Earth, to be honest. Yeah. I've been to 35 countries, so I've seen a lot of different cultures. But when you're going around as a white guy, you're treated a certain way. Being back in the United States is kind of cool because, by the way, am I showing you? It's kind of hard to do this. I'm looking at two screens here. The amazing things, I think, are what you find in New Mexico. I think it's right there. I'm right. Am I wrong? Is that the 60? Okay, wait a minute. What happened to it? Oh, we're too far over. Pie Town is right there. I think that this is my best find ever in North America. I mean, somebody else must have noticed this. But these ridges that are like 12, that they're parallel, here's the other one over here. That's not natural to me. And that's probably as old as Atlantis. You can use sea level maps. I don't have any really that are easy to grab. I've been too busy using topography maps. We'll go look at that under topography. This is the same place that I just showed you in New Mexico. It's called Pie Town. I'm going to go up to this one because it's a simple line. The other one's a little complex. Now, I believe that these things, they start and stop them to control water. So I think that this isn't like it got washed away. That's the way they did it. But some kind of damming, it's pretty long. It always starts in the mountains. And we're going to see that same thing happening in, sorry, no, I forgot where okay, that looks like a switchback now. This line right here looks like a switchback. I usually don't think about up here having one. That is a little weird and rugged, and it looks like it's not, I don't think it's a switchback. Because down below, I'll show you switchbacks. I use this topography software, and you see these ridges all over, including Africa. There's different types, and whatever created that across those mountains, in my opinion, was probably a machine. The problem with that request, Robert, regarding a map that shows sea level before the Great Flood, is you're not going to see what is on the land. You're going to see what was kind of the same as with the water on top of it. You're going to see a blur because they don't have the camera is going underwater to see what's under that water. They just have an estimation of the sea level. So you're just going to get it. Now, this thing to me, like right there, they created it. Look, there's another later dam put right there. What happened? Let me get rid of the sides. Over here to the left, you can see I don't want to say modern day, but probably the older, maybe 200 years, they put up a little dam there. For some reason, they wanted to get water buildup to use it for projects. But over here, you see the original badass ancient motherfuckers. They put that dam up. It's 12 miles long. I had it. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. It was on the road. I grabbed a piece of that. It's ferromagnetic. It attracts a magnet. Okay, that attracts a magnet. I got the piece of stone outside. I'm happy to show you. By the way, Sage Wall, same story, right? So, wow. Thank you for those thumbs ups. That's great. I'm really happy to look. Okay, so that I'm going to go over where we were. But I want to first show you this other ridge. Now, I was calling them volcanic dikes. But honestly, the term would throw up red flags on the systems. But also, now that I've been up to Utah, oh, those aren't volcanic dikes. Those are strata that have been upturned. So it's like you can't really tell me it's either. Okay, it's a ridge. It's not really a mountain. The other one is down here. And I walked on that. You can go to my channel. You can see my videos. I walked on it. They have these all go into the mountains. So like some collection point for content, maybe. Was up in there's a peak right there. It goes right up into the peak. There's a switchback. It goes back this direction and comes out here. Okay, I don't know why. Probably for like getting rid of content, in my opinion. Like I got to get rid of this content. I'm just going to cut it and drive this way. There's 3 of these. There's 2 more over here. One is here. It's the same. It's parallel. Okay, there's another little one. I don't know if you can count it. And then up here, you've got something going on right there. When you get up here, you get to the point. I got on there about here. Where's Hightown City? Hightown City. Okay, the road is right about here, probably following this crevice. And I went down the road, 60. And when I crossed it, I stopped and I took some pictures. That must be like right about here. Am I wrong? Okay, I don't know where the city's actually not right there anyways, but there's more going on here. You can see a second ridge start right there. And it comes parallel to this big one for some reason. Maybe somebody was like trying to get rid of content, or maybe they were trying to double down on the water control. But over here, it turns extremely like 90 degrees almost. If you compare it to the whole thing, obviously not the last point. That's not a 90-degree angle. But if you go back to out here, and then it's like almost like they were turning 90 degrees. And then it kind of stops. But that created the ridge of the mountain. And no, it doesn't stop. They came back over the water one more time right there. Right? You can see the water again. And then it starts back up and goes down and makes a big little mountain right there. I don't see natural geology explaining that, but there's more. And it wasn't until I found this Cal Topo that I realized that's a thing up there too. So it really, like, what I'm seeing here is it goes up and it hits kind of a plateau. Like this is, now I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like a plateau anymore because an escarpment wouldn't be cut off by water, but it looks like the mountain right there and the mountain right there would not have been, they weren't supplanted by the water. So you've got that happening. But this ridge clearly stops right there and turns left. But up here, and that's a shoreline. That is not, that's an escarpment. I don't want to say shoreline, but to me it looks like a shoreline more than just a tectonic change. But that plateau, or whatever you want to call this thing, it continues back up here, and you've got more ridges coming from it. And this is the audio is not enjoyable. Thank you, Chromes, for telling me. No, it hasn't been addressed. And now I want to call everybody out. I've got 8 viewers. I want to see ones if the audio has been fine. I want to see twos if the audio has been crap. Please give me those numbers right now. Amcrobes, I believe you're giving me a 2. Robert, come on. Is it a 1 or a 2? I need to know. In Exile says 1. Joe, are you still around? Give me a 1 or a 2. Harley Quinn, are you still here? Give me a 1 or a 2. I need to know if this microphone's acceptable. I can switch it. You're gonna listen. Okay, by the way, AMR Combs. Yeah, and so sometimes I suspect the person who says it. AMR Combs. Right now, I suspect you of being a troublemaker. If you want to give me that 2 to tell me it's still bad. I've had so many audience members mess up my live stream by telling me they can't hear me or something. I mean, I can get really close, but I don't think it's going to be enjoyable for the video. I'm going to move a little closer. I want to know how much better that sounds. Give me a double 1 if that sounds better, if you enjoy seeing my dental work. I just want to finish the point. These ridges continue up to another mountain. This ridge goes out. And yes, you've got another little peak here with a ridge kind of being born or something going on here, and then one going straight down. These ridges they are not natural. Sorry. I know that I'm going to get some geologist mad at me. Oh, those are, I don't care anymore. Thank you for the ones. Thank you for the ones. AMR Combs is on the list. And I do want to back away from the... Tell me if I should back away. I just wanted to have a nice webcam. I bought this from Walmart for $30. Walmart doesn't have the webcams prominently displayed. I actually had to ask, and they showed me where they were on a shelf that is below eyesight. So I did bring this backdrop back from Taiwan. I don't like the creases. I painted it. I'm a painter. I will be painting again soon. Okay. By the way, what is that? I love this thing. And there's a few more that look like calderas from volcanoes, but when we got all this other weird stuff going on, it's kind of hard to believe that that's a volcano. I think that these calderas were some type of a leaching pond. Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm going to show you. Let's look at these first. And then look at this one. This one's weird, right? It looks like it's either a modern-day construction. And the weird thing is, you know what that reminds me of? Let's go to my Twitter. I was looking at Ohio under the same platform. And what this reminded me of is, let's go into my Twitter to grab it really quick. My profile is here. Before I continue, there's lots of things to talk about. Have you been to Angkor Wat? I've been there twice. And one of the things is these are called balusters. Okay, balusters. I remember the term banister growing up, but a baluster is an upright. It can be in a window. It can be part of a stair banister. It's a baluster. It's an upright post. Okay? But here's the thing, and I've been here twice, and both times, this was like the first wake-up call for me, because that's not wood, okay? That's not wood. That's stone. And the first thing that came to my mind was, how do you lathe stone? Those are lathes, right? That's lathed stone right there. How do you lathe stone? I don't know. I don't know how you lathe stone. Well, I know how you can lathe metal. My friend's father had one of the largest lathes you'll ever see, and it was for metal projects. Okay, so I know you can lathe metal. And yeah, so if you have a sharp enough, I think metal is easier to cut than stone. Hardness is one issue. Okay? Hardness is one issue. There's a lot of stuff in my Twitter you might check out. Most of it's self-shared material that I've come up with. Those images I've of course found in Google Earth. There we go. So here we are looking at the Ohio. Well, I should sound smart. It's right here. Whoops, Ohio. Forgot what it's called, so I want to say it since I put it out there. The Newark Octagon and Observatory Circle. It's a golf course now, but it's in Ohio, Newark, and the part down here, the way this is the best part. I can't zoom in, so what I got to do is I know it's on my computer already, but I'm going to save it, and I'm going to put it onto. Is that it? By the way, did you know it seems like you can renew your passports online now? So this is a pretty good shot. It's actually, if you go to the what I just showed you, you can the topography platform called what is it called? Damn it, CalTopo. You can get here, and this is really what you'll find. And these ridges, they're just too straight, right? You're not going to make that with a shovel. It would take. That's just too straight. Over here, you've got some stuff on top of the ridges, so they're all messed up. I'd like to go examine those ridges if you can see inside them, what they're built with. If you can, I'm going to go there soon. I don't know when I can do something like that, Ohio. But look at down here. Look at this circle here. And look at the way that little thing pops up. And doesn't that look like the CalTopo I just showed you? That little thing? That was very similar, right? To the ones, these little, basically it's a gate, if you want to call it a gate. I can't get much closer. And I love the one that's connected to the octagon. I'm going to show you that in a second. Corundum in India. Well, look, if you're going to lay the stone, hi, Andy. Thanks for the comment. If you're going to lay the stone by softening it, I mean, to me, that doesn't mean softening. Like, if I'm softening ice, you can't lay the ice if you're softening it. Like, if you try, I mean, I grew up in machine shops and also in wood shops. But I didn't really work. You know what I'd always regretted was I'd never learned how to carve stone with a chisel. Look at this one. Now, again, we've got a circle. Okay, so I lied when I said octagon. That's the octagon up there. And they have entry points at the corners so you don't have to climb the hill. I don't think there's a problem with climbing the hill if you just want to climb it. This is a golf course now. But they were kind enough to not. And I learned this from Randall Carlson. So got to give Randall Carlson credit. Over here, there's an opening right there. That looks like it's part of the original construction. To me, that looks like it's the center point of that curve. So that has some ancient significance. But in general, maybe it was added later. But going down to this gate, now I'm totally confused. In fact, I probably want to go look at that in YouTube in Google Earth one more time. Because this has got a big mound that looks like it was put on top of it, sealing the gate. And this looks like the gate went through there. I'm just comparing ancient structures. And now when we go back to New Mexico, which is where? Which is right. Sorry. Where are we? Right here. No, that's not it. Where's the topography? Right here, CalTopo. And you look at some of these structures out here in New Mexico, that one specifically looks like it has that same kind of gate. And then there's this other one. There's a few of them out here that have these weird little gates. So you have your so-called caldera. Look at that one. That looks like a freaking volcano. If you were to tell me, I'll bet my life that's a volcano, I'd say it might be a good bet. But isn't it quite small? Isn't it quite... I mean, volcanoes usually get a little higher. When we talk about the volcanoes we know, these are not so high. I don't know. I'd have to double check that. Look at this one out here. That one right there looks like it had that same ancient gate. Got to look at the heights. And the shadows here don't really tell you. they kind of tell you. Here's another one. What is with these breaches? Why do these calderas all have these breaches? All right. How I've been talking for an hour. I do thank you for those thumbs up. If you just got here, what's that? That's interesting. That looks like a cover up. That's a cover up. That's definitely a cover up, right? So if you want to know where we are, go to Pytown and oh, look at this one. I love this one. Okay, this one begs created unnaturally. You've got yourself a plateau and it's got a mound right in the center of it if you use that as the radius. I mean, come on. There's a lot of stuff going on here in New Mexico. Now that is a volcano over here. That could be a volcano. That's assumption. But I've seen so much stuff that I can't unsee that I really don't know what to believe anymore. I honestly don't. My goal is to show it. I'm not a geologist by education. I'm not an archaeologist. But it doesn't take that qualification to have answers, to seek answers. Okay, where were we? I got lost. You can see where Baja California is. So I think I kind of went a little south. New Mexico, that stuff I showed you is up here. It's basically where the 10 freeway, it's between the 40 and the 10, I believe. It's been a while. All right, last chance to ask any questions. I don't think I have the same audience I did. Oh, wow, I got doubled down on thumbs up. Thank you for that. I'll probably change the name of this video to something else to try to keep it up. But we had a good chat, and you can still ask some questions. But I definitely can't leave the name as testing my microphone. Why don't you help me out? Give me some titles for this video, please. And let me see what's new on the Twitter notifications. Jimmy Corsetti. Yep. He likes some of my comments. This is it right here. Talk about anything, testing a new webcam and microphone. So I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to change the title. You guys are been great. Thank you so much. I do hope that you ask questions down below if you missed the live stream. I'll do the title change, but I'm really out of here. I don't know about the music, so I kind of want to test it a little bit. This is my live. How do I shut this down when I'm ready? End stream. I found it. What's that? This is all my files. Okay, I gotta beg for you, if you're not subscribed, to please subscribe. I make pictures like this. Okay, AI made that. Are you loving AI? I have the conversations. I love AI. I don't usually do face and screen videos, but since I can share my screen, I'm happy about that. I don't remember being able to share a screen before. I do remember using this studio to do a live stream. And the next test is going to be StreamYard. I'm going to test that one out. It's going to be a test. And we'll talk about anything during that test as well. And I'm going to do it soon, probably later today or tomorrow. We'll see. I got a bunch of stuff going on. But I love this. This was generated by AI. I think that's pretty cool. Please subscribe. Please share. Please like. Thanks a lot, Joe, Andy. In Exile, you stayed almost the whole time, maybe. Harley Quinn. Robert, contact me on the side if you want to see what I've got in terms of sand or arrowheads. Let's see here. I'm just seeing if I can show. Oh, yeah, you can see all that anyways. I had a book that I was doing called The Mountain Builders, but honestly, I thought, you know what? I really need to focus on something about the Eye of the Sahara. So this is going to print first, coming soon. I already have a list of people who have one reserved for them. I haven't come up with a price yet. I'm thinking about $20, and I don't have a pay point, so we're gonna have to get that too. This type of advice is welcome. The locations, Andy King. Which locations are we talking about? The ones in New Mexico? Yeah, you can contact me on. Try to find here. Let me get rid of this stuff. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Try to find the Facebook that's my personal page. That would be facebook.com/David Stig Hansen, and we can talk there. If you really are desperate, you can chat me up on one of my YouTube videos. I don't have a lot of activity. We can share an email, and then I'll delete it, or you can delete that. Nobody will see it. You're probably not going to get added to spammers. I mean, okay. Let me just give you a quick one if you want to know. I can show you. What I'll do is I don't know if I can refresh it. No. What I want to do is I got to go to the page. You can have the like I said, it's along the 60 in Pie Town. This is a place that doesn't have a gas station. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. BF nowhere. And then when you try to get over to the other ridge, they're driving for another 10 miles, and there's nothing out there. And there's a lot of private property, too. I'm sorry. Let me get there for you. I like to do stuff live, on demand. It encourages super chats. Okay, so there you go. That's it. Now, if I right-click right in the middle, and I grab the thing, let me just put this in our chat. You can have it right now. See, that's the type of person I am. I'm not like this troll people think I am on Reddit, getting doxxed. Reddit is a cesspool. With that in mind, I got to get out of here. Thank you so much. You knew I was winding down. I lost viewers. I mean, I can talk for hours, but you got to ask questions. Let me do what I got to do. And how am I going to do it? This is how I'm going to do it. If you want to go into that place on Cal Topo, it's kind of easy to find now. I kind of have a way to grab it. First of all, you know where the Baja California is. So that's Yuma. And Yuma and New Mexico is here. But we want to go up a little bit. So it's right here. And there's so many things to show and talk about. And I know that I'm so close. Where is that? Oh, is it down here a little? It's way down here. I'm so good at finding it. Right down there. Okay, I'm not very good at finding it. So I gave you the coordinates. You just gotta make sure you use Cal Topo. I love Cal Topo. Make sure the settings are over here on the right. Make sure it's shaded relief at the top. That way else out of there. If you can't find stuff and you want to find a map, you can put a map overlay on there. And then you can close that and you can close this. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff out here you can find. I found new ridges in Montana, and that's life. All right, that's it. No outro music. Where's my outro music? My outro music is usually here. I've got this little outro I do. I've got videos now, AI created videos. Please subscribe. But the outro is right there. Y'all have a good day. Yes, I lived in Taiwan. Peace outro. Thank you. Ask a last minute question, I'll answer it. But when this music's gone, I'm gone. Beer's gone, I'm gone. Not yet, not yet. Thought it was almost there. It doesn't repeat, it's just a one song. And yes, I removed the harmonica. There you go. That's over. Have a good day, folks.